Hi everyone, myself Dr. Binsi, and I would like to welcome you all to the lecture series on crystal defects. Before starting the lecture, I would like to mention a famous quote by Professor Sir Colin Humphreys. Crystals are like people. It is the defects in them which tend to make them interesting. The outline of this lecture series include crystal imperfections, in which we will discuss in detail four major crystal imperfections, which include point defect, line defects, surface defects, and volume defects. And in point imperfections, we will discuss in detail vacancy, Frankel and Schottky imperfections, dislocations, dislocation motion, surface and volume imperfections, voids in close packing, Pauline's rule and applications. In our earlier classes, we have been introduced to the lattice structures and types of bonding in crystalline solids. And we know that the behavior of electrons determine the way the atom interact. That is the type of bonding, whether it is metallic, ionic, covalent, and van der Waals, that holds atom in a solid together. But is the knowledge of bonding and crystal structure sufficient to predict the macroscopic properties of materials? Of course, no. In this lecture, we will discuss different types of imperfections or defects in the ideal arrangement of atoms in a crystal. We will see that presence of a relatively small number of defects have a profound impact on the macroscopic properties of materials. Before starting our main topic, that is crystal imperfections, let us discuss some basic things related to crystal. The atomic arrangement in a crystal is called crystal structure. And in a perfect crystal, there is a regular arrangement of atoms. This periodicity in the arrangement generally varies in different directions. So it is very convenient to imagine points in space about these atoms are located. Such points in space are called lattice points, and the totality of such points forms a crystal lattice or space lattice. And if all the atoms at the lattice points are identical, then the lattice is called Bravais lattice. And unit cell, we all know it is the basic building block of the crystal structure. Unit cell is the basic structural unit or building block of the crystal structure by virtue of its geometry and atomic position within. A unit cell can be completely described by the three vectors A, B, C, when the length of the vectors and the angle between them, that is alpha, beta, and gamma, are specified. This is a crystal lattice, and this represents a unit cell. And here A, B, C, these are lattice vectors, and alpha, beta, and gamma are the interfacial angles. Types of crystal system. We all know that there are 7 types of crystal systems, which include cubical, tetragonal, hexagonal, rhombohedral, orthorhombic, monoclinic, and triclinic. And this table represents crystal system, 7 crystal system, their axial relationships, interaxial angle relationship, and unit cell geometry. So, main topic, that is imperfections or defects in crystals. A perfect crystal with every atom of the same type in the correct position doesn't exist. Any deviation from the perfect arrangement, atomic arrangement in a crystal, it is said to contain imperfections or defects. Or a crystalline defect, it is a lattice irregularity having one or more of its dimension on the order of an atomic dimension. Defects have a profound impact on the macroscopic properties of the material. Next, it's the importance of crystal defects. Are these defects important in crystal? Of course, yes. There always exist crystalline defects, as we all know. Defects influence the electrical and mechanical properties of solids. In fact, it is the defect that are usually responsible for the existence of useful properties. While is it perhaps inducive to think of defects as bad things? They are in fact necessary even crucial to the behavior of materials. Almost or perhaps all technology involving materials depends on the existence of some kind of defects. That is, adding allowing elements to a metal is one way of introducing a crystal defect. Crystal imperfections have strong influence upon many properties of crystals such as strength, electrical conductivity, and hysteresis laws of ferromagnetism. Thus, some important properties of crystals are controlled by as much as by imperfections and by the nature of the host crystals. That is, the conductivity of some semiconductors is due to entirely trace amount of chemical impurities. Color, luminescence of many crystals arise from impurities and imperfections. Atomic diffusion may be accelerated enormously by impurities or imperfections. Mechanical and plastic properties are usually controlled by imperfections. Four major categories of crystalline defects: zero dimensional, one dimensional, two dimensional, and three dimensional. There always, as we said, there always exist crystalline defects which can be point defect occurring at a single lattice point, that is zero dimensional. Line defects occurring along a row of atoms, that is one dimensional, or planar defects occurring over a two-dimensional surface in the crystal. There can also be three-dimensional defects such as voids. Next, it's the classification of defects based on one-dimensionality. As we said earlier in the last slide, there are four major crystal imperfections, that is zero dimensional, one dimensional, two dimensional, and three dimensional. Here zero dimensional, it is split into four, that is vacancy, interstitial, Frankel, and Schottky, and one dimensional to edge dislocation, screw dislocation, and grain boundary, twin boundary, and stacking faults, which belongs to two dimensional or surface imperfection, and dispersant, precipitate, inclusion, and voids, which comes under three-dimensional imperfection. Let us discuss point imperfections or other imperfections in detail. Point defects are the irregularities or deviations from ideal arrangement around a point or an atom in a crystalline substance. Why it is known as zero-dimensional? And the reason is that these imperfections are the simplest imperfections involving a single atom. The last slide, zero-dimensional defect divides into vacancy, interstitials, which comes under non-ionic crystals, and Frankel-Schottky defect comes under ionic crystals. Now, vacancy. What is this vacancy? At high temperature, we know that atoms are frequently and randomly change their position, leaving behind empty lattice sites called vacancies. Or in short, vacancies are empty spaces where an atom should be but is missing. In most cases, diffusion can only occur because of vacancies. Okay, this is not a regular thing. Here, two atoms are missing here, and also here, one atom is missing. Now, how to calculate number of vacancies? The higher is the temperature, more often atoms are jumping from one equilibrium position to another, and larger number of vacancies can be found in a crystal. Actually, the equilibrium number of vacancies, which is represented by n suffix v, increases exponentially with the absolute temperature T and can be estimated using the equation n subscript v is equal to nv is equal to n exponential minus ev by kt, where capital N is the number of regular lattice sites, K is the Boltzmann constant, and EV is the energy needed to form a vacancy in a perfect crystal. Using this simple equation, we can estimate that at room temperature in copper, there is one vacancy per 1015 lattice atoms. Whereas at high temperature, just below the melting point, that is 1358 Kelvin, there is one vacancy for every 10,000 atoms. These are the lower and estimations a large number of additional vacancies can be introduced in a growth process or as a result of further treatment, which includes plastic deformation, ranging from high temperature to the ambient one, etc. Next, interstitial defects. Adding an extra atom within a crystal. That is the short, simple definition for interstitial defect. This defect increases the density of the substance. It causes atomic distortion. Vacancy and interstitials are inverse phenomena. Okay, vacancy means it is a missing. Okay, interstitial means adding an extra atom within a crystal. There are of three types: an impurity atom, that is interstitial impurity atom, self-interstitial, and substitutional impurity atom. A substitutional impurity atom is an atom of a different type than the matrix atom, which has replaced one of the bulk atom in the lattice. Interstitial impurity atoms are much smaller than the atom in the bulk matrix. Interstitial impurity atoms fit into the open space between the bulk of the lattice structure. And from this figure, you can see how this effect. Here the vacancy, this is the substitutional, this is the self, this is the impurity. And you can see the substitutional atom is the atom of different types than the matrix atom. Impurity means interstitial impurity atoms are much smaller, and you can see it is the much smaller than any other. Okay, so interstitial impurity fit into the open space between the bulk atom of the lattice structure. An example of interstitial impurity atom is the carbon atoms that are added to iron to make steel, and we all are familiar with the example. Next is the Schottky defect. It's a type of defect, type of vacancy in which an atom being free from regular site migrates through successive steps and eventually settles at the crystal surface. That is a pair of anion and cation vacancy. Here you can see a pair is missing. Alkali halides such as NaCl, KF, etc. are examples. It also decreases the density of crystals. Okay. Next, it is the Frenkel defect. Here, the cation get displaced into interstitial voids. Here you can see it's displaced into interstitial voids. Combination of vacancy and interstitial atom. That is the shortest definition for Frenkel defect. In general, a Frenkel defect is a pair of cation, that is positive ion vacancy, and then cation interstitial. Or it may also be an anion, that is negative ion vacancy, and an anion interstitial. Or the combination of a vacancy and interstitial is called a Frenkel defect. However, anions are much larger than cation, and it is not easy for an anion interstitial to form. In both Frenkel and Schottky defects, the pair of point defects stays near each other because of strong Coulombic attraction of their opposite charges. Hope you all understand the point imperfection. So today we discussed four main imperfections, that is point imperfection, line imperfection, surface imperfection, and volume imperfection, in which we discussed in detail vacancy, then interstitial, then Schottky and Frenkel. Hope you all understand.